Welcome back to the channel, folks. You'll notice there's no longer a white car behind me but a black car, and those that are fans of the channel will know that's the Opel Manta. So for those that are new to the channel, I'll explain what's been going on. So I bought this Manta about 2 or 3 years ago with the intention of doing what was supposed to be a rolling restoration, driveway restoration. But as soon as I got into it, it was quite clear that the previous owner was very fond of body filler, and where there should have been welding, there was lots of isopon body filler. So I put it on cold storage for a couple of years, and now the Escort is done, and I've got a bit of time on my hands because I've been out playing with the Escort and neglecting this and the channel. So I'm back and time to get started. So I'll spin you around and we'll show you what we got. So there she is, a B series Manta Coupe. This is quite a rare one because it's before the GTE came out, but it was before, after the chrome bumper. So it's like an ordinary rubber bumper effort on it, but before the GTE. I show you on the back bumper what I mean. Not a rubber bumper, like a plastic bumper. So that's the sort of finish on it. I'm in two minds what to do with it. I did buy a Manta 400 kit and I was thinking about doing that, but I've changed my mind on that. But I do have Manta GTE body kit as well, so I might go down that road. I'm still undetermined yet, but that's a long way down the line because this car needs a lot of work. Here is an example of how crusty it is. This is just quite nasty. There's quite a lot of the brown stuff hanging around underneath there, so that's not very good. The floor pan's actually not too bad, but underneath you can already see bits of rust falling off. It's quite crusty underneath there as well, so we definitely need sills. There's a section of chassis which is rotted away there, but I have a cut from a body part for that. There's some nasty looking rot around the pillars, some of which on previous episodes I've dealt with, around there, around here and around the other side. So it's definitely plenty of work to be doing on it. The boot lid is rotten across the back there. As you can see, it's quite crusty, and probably if I try hard enough I'll probably poke my finger through that. But I do have a different boot lid. I have one from a Manta exclusive with a 3-piece spoiler on it as well, so I can see that most likely I'll go down the road of making it look like a Manta GT exclusive. But I'm probably going to keep the carb engine, because when I moved it from the little garage to the big garage, a little bit of petrol on the carb, a little bit of petrol in there, and she fired up first attempt. I should have filmed that because I really didn't expect that to happen. So the engine is sweet as a nut in it, and it's had a nice Weber carburetor conversion on it as well at some point, which runs really sweetly. So probably going to not do much more than freshen the engine up just to make it look nice. But it ticks over nicely, it revs nicely. There's no knocks or bangs or clicks, and there's no blue smoke. So I don't think that needs much attention. As the rest of the car, it's going to be quite a lot of welding to be done. Underneath, of course, you can see all the suspension bushes and components will need replacing. The front brakes are currently jammed on. If I clout them with a hammer, they release, but as soon as you press the foot brake, they just jam on. So the calipers will either need at least a refurb or most likely replacing with something. I believe BMW ones fit, apparently. There's a bit missing here. There should be like a cradle going down there to grab the bottom of the radiator, which, as you can see, is not keeping its liquid on the inside. This is some previous work already done to repair this chassis leg through there. This one needs doing, and you can see ventilation holes there, and up underneath here there's quite a lot of the brown stuff falling off. The interior isn't too bad, it needs a freshen up. Obviously you've got a bit of a hole there, but it's all there, so that's something. I do have all the interior pieces and all the little trim bits and everything. that come with the car. And this side is not much better. You can see there's a worrying lump there, which is probably full of filler and hiding goodness knows what nastiness underneath there. Bit of surface rust there, which isn't too bad. This is a weird place for a car to rust. In the quarter there. Over this side, you remember I've done quite a lot of work already down this pillar here, and this corner here, and the swan necks, what's called swan necks, I've welded up already as well on previous episodes. So really trying to try and get back into this car now and cracking on and see how we get on bit by bit, as we usually do, as we've done with the Escort, a little bit at a time. Eventually it all comes together. Okay, so there we go. Thanks for watching. Just a quick walk around before we actually get really into it in any big way whatsoever. It's definitely worth restoring. There's not many Manta coupes left anymore. They did like to rust, and this one has not been as looked after as I was led to believe. And to be fair, the gent who sold it to me is Carl, who deals with Mantas. He got a place up in Lancashire. I don't think he realised it was this bad either, to be fair to him. So I'm not slating him in any way whatsoever. Off the truck, he sent me a video of the car when I bought it, and he genuinely seemed like it was half about. But as soon as you get the grinder out, this is what happens, and it's partially my fault as well because I didn't go to look at it myself. But hey ho, it is what it is. Lots of content upcoming.